Hello there. This is Sizzle with my podcast called Sizzle Lean, powered by Fit to be Trained. Coming to you from the Deep End Broadcasting Network studios in the lovely Virginia Beach, Virginia, in the United States of America. You can find this program on deependbroadcasting.com and subscribe to this network's YouTube channel, Deep End 757 Broadcasting. I am Karen Dougherty, and you can also find me on my website, Fit to be Trained online. There's also fittobetrained.com. Email, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Linktree. And I won't bother with the cell number, but you can find me. I'm everywhere. And Fit to be Trained is the easiest way to find me. Again, my name's Karen Dougherty, and I'm here with my friend Steve to talk about all things fitness.
Good morning, Sizzle.
What's up? What is up? Oh, look, I have all my notes all messed up already. I wanted to start out with a couple myths. You know, is this a fact or fiction, right?
Right. There's a lot of that out there.
Well, it's always a good way to get started, get thinking and going. Okay. All right. So the first one is
I've got a good question about that when we get to the end of the general.
Okay. I'm just going to come up with the first myth.
Yep.
Lifting weights will make women bulk up. Now, obviously, lifting weights will make us bulk up. I mean, I'm lifting weights every day, all day, every night to get more muscle. I'm dying to bulk up, right? But the fact of the matter is, women typically don't have the same levels of testosterone as men, which is required for building large muscle mass. So in other words, it takes a whole lot of work for us to get it done. We can bulk up if we really, really, really try. I eat tons of protein. I take creatine. Sometimes creatine's, I know creatine's great. That's a whole different podcast. It just doesn't always agree with me. I feel like it makes me really sleepy, oddly enough. But again, another podcast. Weightlifting helps building strength and toning the body without necessarily making you bulky. So toning is more, the fact of what happens with women. I think men bulk up a little faster. And like I said, we can do it if we're really trying. So I don't like saying that it's a myth that we'll get bulky, because there's plenty of us girls out there that are dying to get bulky. But you'll see me if you can't see me on this podcast, but if you did see me or go on my social media, I'm pretty small. I'm trying really hard to get bigger, and it's easier said than done. So if you're scared, ladies, that you're going to bulk up, that's why you won't lift weights.
So here's what I can tell you what I kind of think about all this.
I want you to tell me.
I got to tread on water lightly, being that I am a male.
No, I want to hear what
first of all, I think the word bulk almost needs to go, and I think it just needs to be the word building strength. That's what I think first and foremost. I get it. Bulk shouldn't be a word that matters at the end of the day, and it should just be the word strength. I would say that's number one. Number two, and this is from me working out with fellow athletes of the female gender myself, and being friends with them forever. You literally look better at like 155 and strong and with some good strength and some good muscle than a lot of times when you're lighter weight, like 130 pounds or something like that.
I know.
In fact, you actually look like you're actually smaller in a way at the heavier weight. I just wish that's something, and I think just generally people shouldn't look at a scale.
Yeah, overall, I was going to say the numbers, it's almost impossible to bring numbers in with women, because you'd be surprised how the numbers don't they don't matter because of
It
muscle
doesn't make
weight.
the weight
And
numbers doesn't matter.
the
Now,
number doesn't make any sense.
for
Like,
someone like me, it does, but right now,
but like, yeah, like I'm trying to build muscle, so I'm trying to gain weight,
Right,
which
yeah,
always
right.
sounds weird to women, you know, because women notoriously are always trying to lose weight. We're trying to lose body fat, obviously, but also, like, I got to throw this in there too. Like,
Well,
me aging, I don't want to be super skinny because that makes me look old and frail, you know?
you got to have strength. You got to have some strength to move
Right.
around.
Yeah. Like, I need
And
some
you can
bulk.
definitely tell you can definitely tell the people in their 70s and 80s who work out compared to those who don't.
A lot of
I mean,
that's
you
with
see it-
posture.
You see it firsthand. Yeah. Now I got to sit up and get my mic straight.
Because that's a whole nother. I know I'm
Um,
hopefully sitting straight. I'm sitting so the mic.
But yeah, sorry, Sizzle. This is your show. I just think if you're obviously everyone's new to the program, but if you're trying to work out for the first time, I think this is just very good advice. Just everything we just said. Don't look at a scale. Don't get words bulky in your mind. Lift weights and build strength. And know that a lot of the stuff that is trying to trip you out in your mind is not even worth the thought. And just get rid of it now. Hopefully that makes sense.
Want the next myth? You want the next
Yes,
myth?
yeah,
This one.
And we need to do the supplement show. That's a great idea for a show, by the way, because I got some things to say about that. But,
Okie dokie, we'll do that. You need to eat protein immediately after a workout. They're saying that's a myth, okay? And the fact of it is that while consuming protein after a workout can aid in muscle recovery, the timing isn't as critical as once believed.
right.
It's more important to meet your overall daily protein needs consistently rather than focusing solely on the post-workout window. And I think that's a wonderful news and all that good stuff, but I'm old school. I crack up laughing because like some things are just I say we because there's a lot of us that have just been doing this for so long that we thought we had 20 minutes back in the day, you know, like the window was really small that you wanted to get your protein in. You know, we'd knock people down to get to the protein drink back in the day. And I kind of am still like that. I like to have my protein in 1 hour after, at least 1 hour. And I'll tell you why. At least then you know you got it in. Because it does say that it helps for muscle recovery. So I'm kind of happy that for the days that I do have to go to the grocery store or go to work right after a workout and I miss my protein, that like, oh, good. I'm glad that's not the rule anymore. But being old school and I don't know a whole ton about nutrition. I always joke. I slept through nutrition in college. It was so oh my God, it was so boring. And I always
I'll get stoned with the other class behind the dumpster.
yeah, like right. I was
other
not
half of the time.
Yeah. So then I was not out during exactly. Nutrition was never my gig. I mean, now I can give a nutrition light advice, but if I get clients that really need help with nutrition, I send them on down the road. I have two really good nutritionists, Emily Akey, Karen Edge, that I can have on speed dial and send my clients to or call them because they know about nutrition. But and now I forget where I was going on this.
It's myths about the protein.
Yeah, so I think
time of consumption.
Yeah, I think that that it helps with muscle recovery, and if you did do a hard workout that needs, I just like, it might be a myth, but I'm saying maybe it's a good rule, maybe not.
Well, no, this is exactly what you're saying, because this is what I do myself, and this is a great way for you coffee drinkers as well to get off the sugar, to get off the flavorings, whatever, and go to a healthy style coffee. So what you do is after your workout, and especially if you do this in the morning, go ahead, get your coffee. For me, obviously, maybe it's a ritual of going to the Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. But I will get an all black coffee. And what I'll do is I'll take that home. I'll put it in my big heater Patriots cup.
Oh, good.
I'll get my protein powder.
Right on.
I'll put 2 scoops of protein powder in my coffee.
Right on.
I'll take my little whisker and I'll whisk that thing around. Whisk, 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 whisk.
I thought you
whisk,
said
whisk,
whiskey.
And
like,
the whisker is that what it is? It's a whisker or something? Yeah.
No, I know.
The little blender thingy, and I'll blend that guy up. You can get that guy on Amazon, a little blender. And put a little water on it after you're done, and that's it. It's clean. And that's my protein flavored like chocolate peanut butter coffee, which is actually really, really good.
Sounds delicious.
Too. So
Sounds
you get your coffee fix
Starbucks.
in, you get your protein fix in, you get your sugar out, you get your coffee flavorings out, and now you're just on a protein coffee. You're doing it right after the gym, and you have knocked out 2 of the major components of health and exercise right then and there in one swift blow of.
And is there a way to edit the break?
Yeah, I think I can edit that out. So we got the 2. It says we're still recording right now. So go ahead and start with myth number 2 all over again.
Okay, myth number 10. More protein. Oh, wait. Sorry, it's 10 on the sheet.
Oh, okay. All right.
I wanted to pass through a lot of these other ones because I like this one. Okay, right. Myth number 10. More protein always means more muscle. If I knew that, if I
hear a ding in your headphone, pay no attention to it. I'm sorry. That's going to happen once in a while.
If I thought that was true, I'd be eating protein all day, but I do eat protein. I try to get in 130 grams of protein because I'm 130 pounds. So you try to put in a gram for your weight if you're trying to build muscle. I actually, I tell my ladies get over 100 because sometimes it can be hard. But if you're using the protein drinks, that's really will make your life so much easier. And I'm not plugging any particular protein drink. Find one that at least has 20 grams in it per serving, and then do that for yourself. It'll make your life so much easier. I mean, granted, you really want to get your protein from food, from whole food. But it's really hard to get over 100 grams of protein in whole food. I need almost 2 protein drinks to do it. And now I'm trying to build muscle, so I'm doubling up to make sure I get my full 130. So, but no, the myth would be that say I ate 200 grams of protein, that I'd get bigger. Like that's not true. It all gets, a balanced diet with adequate protein, carbs, and fats combined with the proper strength training is the key for muscle development. It's all about balance. And a lot of it is science, like you have to eat a certain amount of certain to get the result that you're looking for. Okay. And I'm trying to do ones that maybe, not everybody's heard. Carb. Obviously, that's a myth. And
that's a good one. I think a lot of people don't understand that one completely.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I know there's good carbs and there's bad carbs. But to me, you need a little bit of that.
Oh my God, you have to, or you'll
be
so tired.
At least once a week.
Like carbs give you your energy, and somebody like me who as a fitness trainer has got to keep moving and got to keep sharp and all that. That's why I think the suggestion to eat small meals during the day, and on those meals are balanced, they're carbs, fats, and protein. It's not just carbs, just fat, just protein, right? You're trying to balance it, or at least get 2. But I try and eat protein at every meal just because of my goals. But carbs are there are good carbs and bad carbs, and I think that's pretty obvious to what that is. Fruit is obviously a great carb. Vegetables have a lot of carbs. That's great.
The sweet potato is the big one, the huge one, right?
I love sweet potatoes. I eat the heck out of them. And right now I'm eating the little red potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
My son loves those. So and sweet potatoes, this is their season. You know, you're silly not to eat them right now. But
Right.
I eat sweet potatoes all year round. I just love those things because you can do a lot with a sweet potato. You can make it salty. Put a little teeny bit of butter, and I mean teeny. You don't have to douse it, but I mean butter's not bad
honestly,
for you.
Turkey, bacon, and garlic.
Okay.
As gross as that doesn't sound. Cut up your sweet potato. Anthony makes a great one. I mean, he uses regular bacon, but I can see how turkey bacon would be fine. Too.
Yeah, turkey bacon's pretty good.
I think at the end of the day, turkey bacon tastes like pork bacon in a lot of ways. I don't think there's
turkey bacon's not bad.
I don't think there's much of a difference.
That kind of goes back to the name Sizzle Lean. Like, how did we come up with that? Like Sizzle Lean. Remember, you probably remember back in the day, there was Sizzle Lean came out. I think it was like, God, it was probably in the 80s. I feel like I was still a kid, you know, like, so it was in the 80s, Sizzle Lean. It was like a fake. Is it still around?
You know what? I don't know.
I don't know if it is either. I don't think it's around anymore.
Let me look. I'll try.
I loved.
We have the internet right here. We can look it up.
Everybody called me Sizzle, and I was walking into a party, and my girlfriend's husband, again, Ned Atkins, said Sizzle Lean, and I was like, man, that's good. I wonder if, he remembers that bacon. But that's how I got the name for the show, because I was like, okay, we're trying to always talk about anything lean. It's Sizzle show. We'll call it Sizzle Lean.
Yeah, discontinued.
Oh, it was. I thought so. I never, I just, because I buy bacon. I never saw it in the grocery. I haven't seen it in the grocery store in a long time.
Yeah.
But that goes to myth. Okay, well, it says 3, but it'll be like 4 or 5 for us. But I mean, all fat is bad for you. Okay, so bacon fat probably is bad for you, but you're allowed to have bacon. But let's talk about bacon fat probably is bad for you versus avocado. That's really good fat. But everybody needs bacon in their life, right? Whether it's turkey or pork. But all fat is not bad for you. That's just like the carb thing. You want everything balanced. And fats, like healthy fats, such as avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil. We're in a big nut season with Christmas. You get a lot of walnuts and pecans. That's really good for you. They're beneficial for heart health and can help with nutrient absorption. So I'll repeat that. They can help with nutrient absorption. So all the nutrients that you're eating in your other foods will be absorbed through that healthy fat. It's important to limit trans fats and excessive saturated fats, but healthy fats are vital to a part of a balanced diet. So don't say no to an avocado. Don't. It's good for you. They're superfoods.
If you can eat literally just one of those a day.
I know.
If you could eat one avocado a day and one handful of spinach, you knock out most everything across the board, vegetable-wise, fat-wise, and just healthy-wise. You check a lot of boxes with those too.
I didn't know that.
Now, Now, if you can just eat spinach every day, one handful.
Really?
But here's a trick for that too. There's a trick for a few things here. Like we mentioned, the bacon, sweet potatoes, chopped up with some onions. Put that in the oven.
Sounds incredible.
Another good little trick is you can definitely fry it. Like if you are cooking turkey bacon or something, or bacon, put your avocado on top of that little bit of grill. Clean out the pan, mostly leave that little thin layer of grease down there, and throw your avocado on top of that for a minute or two, and give it a little crispness to it.
Oh my goodness!
And a little flavoring.
I have never done that.
Spinach, if you're a sucker for some things like Taco Bell hot sauce in a way, or if you're a fan of like, you're still going to, like you said, you're going to try to eat healthy, but you're going to cheat once in a while and go to your Chick-fil-A or something like that. So if you like your Polynesian sauce from your Chick-fil-A or something like that, throw that in your spinach to give it a weird taste, or, something comparable to that in a way. There's things you can do to mix this stuff up to make it different. And
I'm lucky. I like spinach a lot.
I don't know. Some people, well, it's easy for a lot of people to eat an avocado and spinach a day.
Yeah.
Not me.
Well, and it's funny too. You can buy
I do too. And then when I do, I can tell the difference for sure.
You can
So hopefully I'm on it a little bit better.
buy a whole bin of spinach and put it in the fry pan, and it gets really small.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's easy to get a lot of it in, actually.
It will go bad fast once you open that bag. So you got to use that bag. But if you use that bag over 3 days, cut up into 3 different big servings. I mean, there you go. I mean, that's as good as it can get.
You've got me wanting to go get some spinach. I haven't had it in a while. Like for a
Yeah.
while there, I was buying it all the time. I guess it was the season.
You can mix it with your scrambled eggs too. That's another good
Oh, yeah,
way.
I do that. Yes, for sure. All right, let's see. Another myth. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is great. Myth. Eating late at night causes weight gain. Myth. Did you hear that? Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah. Thank God for that. Jeez.
Thank God. The fact, it's not about when you eat, but it's how much you eat. So consuming more calories than you burn leads to weight gain, regardless of the time of day. Focus on healthy, balanced meals and portion control. Okay, here we go. I got to be old school again because I am old school. I do agree with that, but my favorite time to snack is at night. And I had popcorn last night and I enjoyed it. And I had it before bed, and popcorn's no big deal, but at all. And I am trying, I'm trying to watch my food right now. So that's why I'm having popcorn at night. Some nights it's different. Sometimes I have some chips. That's my favorite, but I'm not doing that right now just because of training reasons. But I do agree though. Like if you're going to go eat a bunch of snacks and go lay down, am I old school to believe that that's probably not as good as if you're going to eat snacks in the afternoon and go for a walk with your dog. So it's kind of like, I know that's supposedly a myth, because I do agree, calories in, calories out, it doesn't matter what time. So I think what we could do with that one is kind of go, all right, let's do healthy balance, try not to pig out too hardcore before you go to bed. And here's a really good reason why, because it'll mess with your sleep.
Right.
It'll mess with your sleep. But so it definitely will hinder that. And but
let me ask you something, if I can. So, when you eat your last meal of the day, your dinner, and obviously that's part of this discussion is it better to eat at 5 p.m. or 7:30 p.m.? It sounds like to me the answer is it really doesn't matter, but you're better off not doing it at 9 p.m., 10 p.m.
Probably not.
But how about the walk after dinner, like walking around the block? Like a time or two. Does that do something for you after you eat a meal as opposed to just going and flopping down on the couch?
But it would be digestion.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be, I mean,
it's just
I don't
to kind
know.
of keep everything moving, right?
Yeah, like physiology wise, it would be, yeah, that would be the best thing to do. Because of it gets all the, mechanics in your body moving and obviously digestion.
Right.
So, but
so walk the dog after meals, walk with the kids.
I don't know if I think, and because it gets the machinery moving, obviously you're burning calories. So I know it says it's a myth, but I don't know. Like I like being old school because some of the stuff are just rules that I can't get out of my head. So I try not to pig out at night just because it's but some nights I lose control and I have a really good time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help it. Sometimes,
Yeah,
I
like
smoke
I'm not poo-pooing a
smoke
good.
a little reefer, and like, oh man, some ice cream sounds good right about now.
Exactly. I am not poo-pooing you. Yeah, I need to be clear on that. Like I definitely believe in, how do I word it correctly? If you mess up, you just stand up and return to,
Well,
the original behavior, whatever it be. If you're trying to quit
you know
something,
what? You know how I kind of look at it like this. This is a good way to do it, I think. You literally get a whiteboard on your fridge, and you have 3 different slots. In fact, honestly, you should be eating 4 to 5 times a day and not 3 times a day. Right.
Yeah, we talked
And
about
small,
that.
at least putting in 3 healthy meals with a good healthy snack, ideally.
3 small healthy meals, they tell.
What you
No,
want,
no, no, no. I'm sorry. 5 small healthy meals.
what you want to strive to do is every time you do good in that quote unquote healthy meal, you give yourself a checkbox at that time of the day in that time slot. If you don't do good, give yourself an X. And at the end of the day, you want to just have a lot more check marks than X's on that week.
I love it.
Right?
What if, yeah.
Because honestly, if you have
but you might
28 check marks
disheartened.
to 6 or 7 X's, honestly, that's going to be pretty good. And you didn't completely, get super crazy strict on yourself that you're an absolute dud, Now, if you're going to drink every night with your healthy dinner, you might as well just give yourself an X there no matter what. Because that's a hard one to win at the end of the day.
I don't know.
But
that's another thing. That's balance too, because what about having a glass of wine? One glass is supposedly super well healthy.
I even think a couple drinks, but vodka you want to avoid the sugary bourbons if you can, and get the more potato based vodka, or the Sky vodka is a good one. That's one that they claim take out the hangover ingredients.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I've been sober for 13 years, so I don't have to worry about a hangover, but I don't have anything against alcohol in a sense, because I think for some people, if they're not alcoholic, that there definitely is, some health benefits to a glass of wine. I just laugh. I'm like, a glass of wine. I never drank one glass of wine.
Yeah,
but
you have one, you have 2. Yeah, exactly.
But I also didn't care for wine. But I mean, I could see by my experience through my life drinking it where it would be probably is healthy, when done correctly. I mean, heck, it's biblical. It's been around forever. And you go to France and they got more wine, like I sat down at a table in France, you get your wine before you get your water. So it's kind of like there's other alcohols that are probably somewhat healthy for us. I just can't think of them offhand.
Tequila's not the worst one because that's plant-based at the end of the day.
Oh,
and you want it as long as it's the white tequila,
that's
the silver tequila.
Tequila is agave. Like I like agave, and that is from
the darker the tequila, the worse likely it's going to be for you.
That's interesting. There's probably a whole nother podcast. Like I always like to, especially party season, when we're in Christmas time, is to talk about that, like how to get through.
Maybe we'll do a healthy holiday drinks on next week.
Well, that's what I mean. Well, yeah, that's before the New Year's Eve. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, because there is ways to get through party season healthy. And one of my favorite, before we move on, I'm from New Jersey. It's where I was born and raised. And then I lived here briefly, and for a couple of years, I was a kid. So like 20 through 23, I think I lived here for. And then I went to Minnesota. And then I came back here when I was 41. So I've been around, and my favorite saying comes from here, from the South, where this woman came into one of my classes and she goes, she was an older woman, and she said, I was overserved last night. And I loved that. I was like, that is such a great way of saying. I said to her, "Did you overserve yourself, or did someone else do it?" But I thought, what a great way of saying I had just a few too much. And so that happens all the time in party season, which we can take a hard left here and get into water. Hydration is really the thing that's going to kill a hangover. Don't you think? Like that is what is your body is craving is water. So I don't
water, and don't forget to put a little electrolyte powder in 1 or 2 of those a day.
That's true too. You know, honestly, they have become very popular, those electrolyte powders. And I like that. Like I was doing workouts, we'll go back to fitness and getting dehydrated because those electrolyte powders make me think about like this past summer, I kept getting like a headache during the workout, or I don't know about you, but have you ever had your ears pop?
Oh yeah.
That means you are dehydrated.
Yeah. Well, you can drown yourself with water and still not be hydrated. You're sweating so much, you have to put in that electrolyte stuff in the summertime.
Yeah, and
if you're going to be into some sort of hardcore routine.
Yeah, especially
or you're going to get sick, or you will get sick. I mean, and it's not hard. Even one of those body armor drinks, just chug one of those in the morning, and trust me, it's going to be so hot out, even in the summertime, that you'll gobble that thing down without a second thought.
Well, I like the powders because
the powders
you can carry them in your, like as a female, I can carry it in my purse, and
they can have the little squirt bottles too.
Yeah, I forget often. Like I have to drink water all the time because I'm exercising a lot. I'm not necessarily sweating a lot now that it's winter time. If anything, I'm a little chilly, but yeah, I'm the type that has to drink a lot of water to keep my brain thinking, my body working, and I love those electrolyte powders. I'm so glad you brought
I got another
that
one for you too. Especially after a hangover, that's when you got to get your electrolytes in. If you did
that's
overdo it a little bit.
Yeah, that's how we got on this.
But you can always do, if you have to do this on the fly, get a blue Powerade, and don't drink that straight up, but mix it with half and half with water and ice, and give yourself an icy, melty half and half blue Powerade and water. And I'll tell you right now, in 2 hours, your hangover is gone.
Oh,
that's it. That is a secret cure that I've come up with over the years. And on Mondays after a long football day, best be assured that is the replenisher.
You sound so confident. I believe you. I truly believe you. I think this is
this is all good advice I'm giving. I just need to preach it myself would be the main thing.
I love it. You sound confident, so I do believe you. What else is on here? Okay, here's a good one. You have to do cardio to lose weight.
It's your diet, but you need to do cardio. I think.
Well, they say this is a myth. They say it's a myth.
Yeah, they say it's a myth. Weight training, weights, all that stuff is all gonna get you going the right way, as long as you're eating good.
This is what the fact is, and I do like what it says.
More check boxes than X's on your weekly planner.
While cardio helps burn calories, strength training is equally important. Building muscle increases your resting metabolic rate. Sorry,
right.
I can read, which helps burn more calories throughout the day. A combination of both is best for overall fitness and weight loss. I personally, I love CrossFit, so I get my cardio in, which is great, and they dish it out in a way that I can do it. You know, it's shorter. But we do a lot of weightlifting, obviously, and muscle burns fat. So if you're building muscle And that goes back to myth number 1, not bulk. You're not going to get too bulky, don't worry. But if you ladies, but if you're building muscle that's dense, it takes up a lot less space and it burns fat. So that's another reason why I'm always trying to build more muscle, because I do cardio. You need it for your endurance and stuff, but it doesn't have to be like long, boring treks on the treadmill. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be long, boring treks on an elliptical. A HIIT workout gets you up, and that's that, short spurts. There's ways to make cardio doable and interesting. And you might have already, if I didn't say it already, you might have already been able to tell that I don't really like cardio. So yeah, I'm grateful for weight training, but weight training, I guess balance. I don't know. I don't know. I know it's a myth, and I will say this. I'm going to say this too. This happened to me when I was bodybuilding, and I was really, really trying to build muscle for a competition and stuff. And I wasn't allowed to do cardio towards the end because I'm so lean, and I was definitely really lean then. That my coach, Kasha Winston, she's a great bodybuilding coach here in Virginia Beach. She was like, you are done with cardio, because we needed to keep as much muscle bulking on me as possible. So, no, you do not have to do cardio to lose weight, but it doesn't hurt, right? Is that what the myth is that you have to do cardio to lose weight. So yes, you can do it with strength training.
Let me mention a few things, because I think when we talk about cardio, I think the first thing people think about is running.
Yeah.
Right. When obviously not everyone's going to have a bike available,
or the treadmill,
or even a treadmill. Yeah.
Ugh.
Or not everyone's going to have a rower available.
Yeah, rowing. I like rowing.
So things you can do, which will help build joint strength as well.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up steps. That's a good one. You want to get out of breath fast, just walk up some steps.
I know, right?
Take a break.
That's the big piece of cardio. Walk up some more steps. Now.
Take a break. Even just 20 steps at a time, and take a break. You'd be amazed how tired people can be after 20, 25, 30 steps up, which is like 2 flights of stairs. A high school bleacher is a great place to do that type of thing. A jump rope, invest in a jump rope for cheap. That's a good way to get your cardio. But even as simple as walking, like we said before, after dinner, take the kids out, take the dog out, go for a walk. Even if you're trying to start into a fitness regimen, I think even just a baseline walk is a good place to start for cardio and get yourself.
Walking really is. Come on now. Yeah. The best of everything. And swimming. I think swimming is really good too. But
swimming is excellent. Yes,
but
yes.
Walking is definitely something that most of us can do.
Swimming is an excellent form of, you think if you run and you're on a bike and doing some jump roping, you're good, and then get in the pool and swim, you'll be like, damn.
No, but just not everybody has that. Like, I don't have access.
That's a whole different kind of fitness.
Yeah, swimmers are amazing. But before we end here, I wanted to mention something that I'm trying to kind of incorporate in my own fitness regimen. You mentioned a jump rope just now, and I thought, oh yeah, like now one of the trends now is they're saying that bouncing, like any kind of jump rope, or if you even have a trampoline or anything like that, is really, really good for us. And I don't know all the logistics on it, because obviously they say rebounding is really good for lymph in the body, LYMPH, which is like fluid in the body. It's a whole nother podcast, but I'm so glad you mentioned a jump rope, because that's another way that I can add that in. And plus I'm always trying to build my calves. I got wimpy calves, but jumping rope, just that if your knees can take it, you don't have to jump real high or anything like that, but That's another good one. And talk about a cheap piece of equipment. I wish I would have thought about giving that to all my clients for Christmas this year.
Oh, right.
A
Yeah.
little jump rope with
Yeah.
my little fit to be trained on the front. That's what I need to do next year. But
Trust me, it doesn't take but 25 jumps to realize you're starting to work out there.
Oh, I know.
So it doesn't take much of that.
I know. I was glad you mentioned that because I forget that. I have one hanging in my garage. We do it at CrossFit.
Oh,
but
30 seconds on, 30 seconds off
I
is another great way to do it.
really gets your heart rate up. It's a great one. And so I think we're probably hitting the 30, 40-minute mark. So maybe we should end on the good old jump rope.
All right. Sounds good to me.
I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, great week. The holidays are coming. So make sure you take care of yourselves, have fun with your families, and remember, life is about memories. Make some memories. Okay, ciao for now.